Trustee.
Betty DiSabato, Board Vice President.
Paul Keller, Board Trustee.
Adam Kleinberg, Board Trustee.
John Barrow, Assistant Superintendent for Secondary Education.
Patrick Harrigan, Deputy Superintendent.
I'd like to read a brief statement to start the meeting. Under the Open Meetings Law, the audio or videotaping of a public school board meeting is illegal as long as it remains unobtrusive and does not disrupt or interfere with the deliberative process or the right of persons in attendance to observe or listen to the proceedings. The public should be advised that this meeting is subject to being taped, and thus that any comments, questions, or statements made during the public portions of this meeting may appear in print or online, including YouTube or other websites. So I'd like to welcome everybody and turn the meeting over to Mrs. Fennell.
Thank you, Mr. Garings-Wald, and it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Jeff Woodbury, the principal of High School East. It is our pleasure to be with you this evening. It's really always wonderful when we open our September meeting here at your building. So,
thank you, Mrs. Fallon. I'm Jeff Woodbury, the proud principal of High School East. We have a few things to present to you this evening. One of the first things I'm going to say to you is that we welcomed the class of 2019, I believe, into our school a couple of weeks ago. A great group of students from West Hollow joining an esteemed group of students here already. One of the things that I said to them is that they're joining the best of the best. And when I say that, I mean our students, our staff, our administrators, everyone who works with us here in our school. They are joining a top-notch high school. I'm sure you have heard, and if you have not, High School East was ranked in the top 2% of schools in the nation by Newsweek magazine. Just one measure, one piece of evidence of us being a great school. In addition to that, just recently, I think Mr. Kindleman sent me a link to niche.com where parents and students rate teachers and their school. And High School East teachers were ranked #1 in Suffolk County and #8 in New York State. So again, another piece of evidence to show you that we're a great school. I'm not going to go into our Regents results. We always have typically over 90% passing Regents exams each year. Last year was no exception. Most of the students taking AP exams get 3 or higher. There's so many different measures to show that our school is a top-notch academic school, and I'm very proud to be here. We've done a lot over the years, and we're doing a lot to make some very innovative changes now. Mr. Rendon will speak a little bit more about that soon. But one of the things that we're focusing on this year is increasing the use of technology in our school. By our teachers, by our students, we want to integrate technology more. We have technology available to us, but we want to make it more of the rule and less of the exception. We want to have a school where students don't necessarily have to go to a computer lab to deal with technology, or not a place where you have to go to find technology. We want it to be readily available and integrated in everything that we do. So part of our goal this year is to change our school vision and incorporate those ideas into our school moving forward. We're reappropriating, or let's say revamping some spaces in the school to make them more technology friendly. We're experimenting with different things with students bringing their own devices to school and how we're going to teach them how to use the devices appropriately. So in other words, we want to make our school technology forward, and that's part of what we're going to do in changing our vision this year. I'm going to talk about a few more things in a while, not a long while, I know you guys want to get home, but in a few. I'm going to talk about a few more of the good things that have happened at High School East so far this year. The main thing that I feel right now with High School East is a positive attitude, positive energy. We had a great start. We had a fast start. There's so much packed into September. But if you come to our school and you walk through the hallways and you talk to the students and the teachers, you'll see that people are happy to be here. People appreciate being here. And I'm very proud to be the principal of a school like this. So with that said, I'm going to have the administrators present a few things from their areas, and then I'm going to come back and tell you about a few awards we have, and I'm actually going to honor some students tonight. So I think we'll start with Mr. Puglisi and have him come on up in that second.
Thank you, Dr. Rivera. Good evening, everyone. My name is Frank Pugliese. I am one of the assistant principals here at High School East. And tonight I'm going to talk about a couple curricular aspects of some goings-on here at High School East. Coming up on October the 16th, we'll be having our students in grades 9 to 11 taking some form of a PSAT. The 9th graders will be taking a pre-PSAT exam, which is designed to give those students a benchmark as to where they are in terms of the content, in terms of the skills that they're going to need to be able to achieve highly on the actual PSAT and then on the SATs moving forward. Grade 10 will also take a PSAT, grade 11 will take a PSAT, as they always do. But for the first time, we're doing this across the board for all the students in the building, with the exception, obviously, of the seniors. The seniors will be in a guidance workshop that's going to be put together by Mr. Citrano and the guidance counselors that's going to focus on the college application process. So we really do feel like that morning of the 16th will be very beneficial to all of our students. And by about 10:40 or so, we're going to kick over into a 2-hour late opening schedule for periods 4 through 9. So we will have regular school for the remainder of the day.
But we're going to do it on the 14th. I don't know when he's going to do it.
Thanks, boss. Talking about AP exams and AP classes, looking at last year compared to this year, we had 72 sections of AP courses last year. We have 72 again this year, and we have a slight increase in the number of students. Last year, at the end of the year, we had 1,540 students taking AP courses. As of right now, we have 1,590. So we do have a very, very, very large population. That's obviously not unique students. Obviously, the students are taking multiple AP classes in most cases, but still to see that number remain constant or increase is very, very good. Just two quick updates on new courses, and I say new in quotes. They're not really new, but we're doing things a little bit differently. The first one is a combination block called Humanities Block, where we're blocking together our English 10R with our Global Studies 2R. They're going on a double period every other day schedule to give both teachers, the English teacher and the social studies teacher, an extended period of time to be able to put together lessons that are more cohesive than what you can just do in a normal 40-minute period. And so far the response has been excellent. By putting them into a classroom where the wall can come down, where the rosters are shared, they're able to do a lot of very unique things where they can pull the whole class together, whole sections, and be able to teach everybody at the same time, be able to blend the curriculums, and we're very, very excited how that's going to go. The last thing new to the building this year is the outdoor strand of our physical education class. This class is going to be piloted in a couple different periods with Mr. Gibbons, and these activities will include mountain biking, fly fishing, and snowshoeing. So some activities that are very, very different to physical education, but for those of us who like to live an athletic lifestyle, these are activities that will carry on for the rest of their lives. So we're very, very excited to see how that's going to play out. That's everything for me. So Dr. Woodbury?
Fine, we'll go on to Mr. Rendon. Thank you, sir.
Got it.
All right, good evening. I'm Patrick Rendon. I'm the new guy on the block here at High School East. The first area that I wanted to talk about is technology in our building. As Dr. Woodbury mentioned earlier, our student center got a facelift over the summer. And over the next few weeks, there's going to be iPad stations, new computers, charging stations for students' devices, all getting installed in there, so that students have a very, as Dr. Woodbury said, technology-forward space where they can go spend their off periods. Room 707 here in the building is the new hub for our robotics program. It has newly installed computers that are going to be able to run all of the Lego robotic programs with all the new Lego robotics kits that were delivered over the summer. And we have new technology available for every department. That includes newly installed smart boards, Chromebook carts, and also some new laptops. The district-operated Google accounts have been going very well throughout the building, so now all students in the secondary schools have access to a Google account that is operated by Half Hollow Hills. So they're able to monitor what the students are doing and not, making sure they're not getting into any trouble. And what that allows teachers to do is they can use Google Classroom, which is a course management system where they can hand out assignments, handouts to students, share links, etc. And it also gives a way for students to turn those materials in, creating almost like a paper-free environment in the classrooms. We have a courtyard right outside that student center. It was a gift from the class of 2015 to redo it. It looks fantastic if any of you guys are ever in the building during the day. And we are starting a trial run where it's going to be open to students. And we're going to see how that goes. I'm overseeing clubs and activities in the building. We have some new clubs that we're very excited about, two of which are the Best Buddies program. Best Buddies pairs students in the building with special education students and giving them the experience of getting to know each other. Also the Sustainability Club, which aims to teach students about a more environmentally friendly lifestyle and also trying to increase the recycling efforts in our building. The clubs have started to meet, activities are already underway, and we're starting to get responses back that are going to go into our activities handbook so that more students can start to join up with all these different clubs. And as some of you may have seen on the news recently, Jordan Bellows, a member of our Key Club, has started a WIC pediatric cancer campaign, which is trying to go viral. So if you haven't checked that one out, you certainly should. And the last thing I wanted to talk about is the fact that our caps and gowns orders are going to be going online this year. We are the first high school on Long Island that's going to be doing its cap and gown sales online. That's something that's been more popular among college and university campuses, but we're trying to bring it down to the secondary level. And also our newspaper is exploring an online version, which they're hoping can start to phase out the paper version. And it'll give them the opportunity to be a little bit more up to date than having to wait for a copy to come from print, sometimes weeks later. So that is it for me. And now, the lovely Ms. Trotter.
Thank you, Mr. Randin, and good evening. My name is Naima Trotter, and I'm one of the assistant principals here at High School East. Tonight I'm going to take the opportunity to talk about some of our character education programs that we're going to be offering this school year. I think one thing that Dr. Woodbury and the other administrators were mentioning is that this really has become such a digital age, and we need to make sure that as children are using technology in schools, that they also know how to use it appropriately outside of school as well. So in consultation with the PTSA, we've tried to develop a number of programs that will address some of the issues that students face. First, during the first week of class, we did begin with a series of assembly presentations to address the code of conduct and the high school school vision at each grade level. The additional assemblies focus on specific issues, though, for each grade level. Our Fresh Start assemblies for freshmen will occur this week on Thursday and Friday. This program is designed to acclimate students, the 9th grade students, into high school life. They're going to be meeting with their counselors, club advisors, and upperclassmen who will offer relevant information about the ninth grade experience and offer workshops on time management and study skills. On October 2nd, we're going to welcome back Mr. Halligan, who is going to share his story about his son Ryan. He's a dad, and he gives his first-hand account on how the effects of bullying and cyberbullying, and he's going to try to prevent bringing awareness to teen suicide. Later in October, our sophomore class will take part in an interactive presentation, and it's designed to address dependency and toxic relationships. For this school year, we're introducing a new assembly for the 11th graders, and it's going to focus on healthy decision-making. Steve Pinto of the Huntington Life Center will provide an interactive presentation designed to give students a comprehensive understanding of consequential thinking, especially in this digital age. And in March, Officer Paul Failer will be here to discuss responsible behavior to further prepare our senior class for life beyond high school. And their final assembly presentation will be in May, and it will be a memorial tribute to 3 former high school East students who lost their lives during the tragedy of 9/11. Mr. Kindleman?
Thank you, Ms. John. Good evening, everybody. I'm Brett Kindleman, Assistant Principal here at High School East. Quick update on sports. We're off and running. Big numbers this year. We've got a football team this past Saturday in the field. I don't think I've seen that many young men in uniform in a long time, so it's really getting the numbers up here. Thus far, we've proven to be competitive in all sports. Our homecoming parade this year, October 10th. Is that correct, Dr. McGregor? Thank you. We're making a few adjustments. Typically, we've started at Five Towns College, come down Half Hollow Road, past all of the trees, and up that big hill in Vanderbilt to the field. This year, our origin spot's going to be at High School West. We're going to come down Wolf Hill Road, come up Winthrop, turn on Vanderbilt, then go down to the field. Not only are we changing the route, we're going to change the start time. We're going to leave at 12:45, which should get us here at 1:30. Game starts at 2. By the time we get here, the football team should be exiting to go do the little pregame. The band will perform. We'll announce the homecoming court briefly. And, you know, I think it's going to be a really good thing, whereas years past we've showed up and the field's been empty. Now it's going to be a big deal, we're hoping. Big deal. I really think it's going to be a nice thing. And at halftime, we'll announce the court fully, homecoming king, homecoming queen. I think it's, you know, gives exposure around the neighborhood, and it's a really positive thing for the community. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So with that said, at this time, we want to acknowledge some of our students who are here tonight, our National Merit semifinalists. So,
Just before we get going, Dr. Woodbury, one thing I'd like to say, I did not recognize Legislator Stern. I got here a little bit late, and I was a little bit rushed as I got in. I also didn't recognize Wendy Natalone, the head of PTA Council, and I also didn't recognize Mary Passarosa, who is with the teachers union. So I apologize for being a little bit shimmeled on my way in. So I just wanted to recognize this.
okay, every year, students across the nation take the preliminary SAT or the PSAT, which is also the National Merit Qualifying Test. The National Merit Scholarship Program recognizes the highest performers on the test, the best and the brightest in the nation. Selection index scores range from 60 to 240, with the average being around 144. With a selection index score of 219 or above, these students clearly demonstrate outstanding academic potential. Of the 1.5 million students hoping to qualify for the scholarship, about 50 students are recognized as the highest scorers. Most of these students will be commended scholars in the program, while 16,000, or the top 1% in the nation, move on to the status of semifinalists. I am honored to name our Half Hollow Hills semifinalists in the 2016 National Merit Scholarship Program this year. We wish them the best as they continue on in the competition. So, from High School East, not present with us this evening, Zachary Baumgartner. We'll give him a round of applause. Alexis D'Alessandro. Oh, I'm sorry, that's from High School West. I started reading the list that Mr. O'Farrell gave me and not my list. Sorry.
Mine was highlighted.
Well, welcome to High School East.
I'll take that for you.
Okay, so exactly. So we'll go with not here from High School East, Cassandra Grello. Present with us this evening, Bailey Caston. Not present from High School East, Brian Reed. With us here this evening, Ravjot Sachdev, High School East. And from High School West, we'll give her proper introduction again, Alexis D'Alessandro. With us from High School West, Brandon Epstein. Not here this evening, Dana Hahn. From High School West, Connie He. From High School West, Gabrielle Jung. And finally, from High School West, Tiffany Kim. Congratulations to all of our semifinalists, and again, good luck moving forward in the competition.
I will be there.